Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the AfroMattt Show. You're listening to episode 73. It is a Thursday now when I'm recording this. It is not when you're hearing this. So we are just going to get right into it. If you're new here, welcome. We record the slowest apocalypse ever. This is, we pretty much just covered the news that is apocalyptic in nature. So we are cataloging this podcast is a catalog of the end of the world. We are on episode 73. We started about mid-COVID. So, I mean, we got the pandemic out of the way. We're waiting on, famine, drought, asteroids. These are some cool buzzwords. I feel like I'm on TED Talk. Teamwork, extrapolation, and I don't know, whatever. But it is still Gay Pride Month, so I've got my hair in a ponytail, and I'm ready to go. So, yeah, let's get right into this. Actually, I like Gay Pride Month because corporations go really out of their way to be extra inclusive. So I just wanted to highlight one of my favorite, one of everyone's favorites, the CIA. So this is the CIA. You might know them from their famous works of, what did the CIA do? I guess a better question is, what didn't the CIA do? You might know them from their famous, killing Martin Luther King. I feel like also killing Malcolm X. Possible collusion in 9/11. Blood money. Klein, such awesome, cool situations like, Project. What is it called? It's not Project Paperclip. Operation Midnight Climax. That was a cool one, where they would bring in random Johns from the army. They would have them get with a hooker, dose them with LSD, and see how they reacted while watching them have sex with the hooker on double-sided glass. That one's fun. CIA, don't change. Gotta love that. Midnight Climax. What's another one that they did? CIA, the Manchurian Candidate one. What's that one? Where they like brainwash people. Let's see. CIA brainwash program. I know CIA's appalling human experience. What was the name of it though? MK Ultra. MK Ultra. That had to do with LSD, trying to brainwash, create like a super soldier they could like turn on and off. Somehow Charlie Manson got involved in it, and he was actually one of the people being experimented on. Went a little cuckoo, got out in the world, started implementing some of those tactics on his people, and got him to chop up a couple people. So, hey, CIA, don't change, dude. CIA, I just wanted to let you know, CIA is inclusive. They posted this on their Instagram. Pride, with a big rainbow entering the CIA Capitol, CIA home headquarters. And we've got a nice little blurb here from the CIA. Hashtag CIA fosters an open and inclusive work environment. You know what? This is better with the... Here we go. The CIA fosters an open and inclusive work environment to ensure all... Dude, shut up. Okay, here we go. The CIA fosters an open and inclusive work environment to ensure all officers can serve the nation, confident that they will be judged by their integrity and work ethic, and not by their sexuality, gender identity, or gender expression, or their countless war crimes. Join our LGBTQ plus officers and the greater community by celebrating Pride Month. Thanks, CIA. Thank you. I just want to take a moment to... This just makes me want to stand upright, and we live in the best goddamn country in the world. Wait, let me... I feel like this would be... So, CIA programs. Let's see some awesome CIA operations. CIA operations and projects. Here we go. Jesus. Great. This is awesome. Operation Mongoose. Here, this is what our country's all about, boys. This is what our country's all about. Our country's ran by the CIA. This is what it's all about, boys. Here we go. Oh, say, can you see? Here we go. Operation Mongoose. Operation Mongoose is notably extensive covert series of programs aimed at destabilizing and removing Castro regime from Cuba. Awesome. Here we go. Operation Yeast, an infiltration of landing of anti-Castro Cuban exiles to provide support of Bay of Pigs. I'm just going to go to a random one. Operation Lion Chore, a program to create an agency called Leftist Press Service that distributed political articles in South American countries. Great. Propaganda machines in other countries. Operation Catomik, an intelligence program targeting at Soviet embassy. Operation A Cabera, a CIA project that supported intelligence gathering using East German nationals with debriefing and propaganding operations. Shout out the world's best propaganda machine. Oh, say, can you see? But yeah, so at least CIA, the world's biggest mass producer of global propaganda, and CIA was also in control of several. They got their hands in several elections. They love themselves a little bit of election fraud. Article manipulation. Pretty much, they're a propaganda machine. But yeah, that's what America's built on. That and a little bit of chicken fried. That song stuck in my head. That would almost work just as good on that too. Here we go. Here we go. Kick it off. This video is definitely going to get demonetized. I'll just play the best part. Grown in southern ground and a little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night. It doesn't matter. Look, when you're listening to this song, it doesn't matter that the CIA has performed countless war crimes on several other countries, including our own. A little bit. And a little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night. Doesn't it make you just feel good? I like to see the sunrise too. Or man's. Not too precious. Or a father's love. Like my cock. Okay, so, I mean, look. I love that. I just love that song. Yeah, no matter how bad things get, don't look too, like, if you want a good life and you want to, like, I don't know, actually think things matter in this world, or, you know, like, your opinions matter, your thoughts weren't crafted. It's not someone's job to craft your own thoughts for you. Don't look too deep into the CIA because you will not like it, or do. Seriously, if you want to, hey, I'll do a whole episode called CIA Lives Matter or something, where we just dive right into CIA operations. Yeah, they're good. CIA's good. They dropped off a pallet of bricks at a Black Lives Matter protest to try to legitimize the movement. They love it. They love it. They love causing all sorts of, getting their little grubby little CIA hands all over the place. They don't care whose side they're fighting on. They're just, the only way they stay in control, they know, is descent upon the plebeians, which is us. As long as we both hate each other, left and right. They don't care. They're happy. Let's move along. This is kind of depressing. CIA, at least they posted a rainbow on Pride Month, though. It's almost like they can get away with it. I did want to bring this to the attention. Ethan Klein. So if you don't know who Ethan Klein is, he's H3H3. So he used to be a YouTuber, and now he's gone full. He has a podcast called the H3H3 Show. And it started out with guests and stuff, and then he got really scared of COVID. And then, so now really it's just him talking about, I mean, I guess I really don't know what he talks about on his podcast. For all I know, it is, this seems like what he talks about. So it's supposed to be a comedy show, so.
About there at the NRA meeting.
Okay, he's talking about the NRA meeting. That was after the Uvalde shooting in Texas.
About there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas. Someone should bomb that building. Mm-hmm. So there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building.
Mm-hmm. That's a hot take. Not only is that a hot take, but that is a extremely dangerous take, because his fans might actually bomb the building. He might end up in actual legal trouble, like federal legal trouble. Maybe he's being funny, but I don't think his wife knew that he was being funny, because she's like, yeah, someone needs to do that. Like, even if he was kidding, I don't think she was. I think she actually wants someone to bomb the NRA building. Look, that's not how we deal with situations in a civilized country. Are we seriously talking about, is one of the biggest, and he has one of the biggest podcasts in the world. He is in the top 20's biggest podcast. It's like Joe Rogan's show, Two Broke Chicks or whatever. Call Me Daddy. And then My Favorite Murder, and then it's like H3H3 show. That is like the 5th biggest podcast in the world, telling their mass of fans to bomb the NRA building. Imagine if Joe Rogan said, hey guys, just in passing, he said, oh, I know there's a real big, I don't even know, well, what would it be, like, what is he big on? He's big on vaccines. He's like, what if he just said, we should bomb the vaccine place. We should bomb Pfizer. Someone should go bomb Pfizer. Imagine the backlash Joe Rogan would receive. I really don't know how Ethan Klein can say that. It's wild. It's wild. I don't think decisions should be made. Once we start, like, bombing people that we don't agree with, it's gonna get a little dicey. Yeah, I mean, look, the school shooting thing, no, it sucks. It really does. It really does. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for anyone, right? I don't think the next course of action is bomb the NRA. Sorry, Ethan. That might be a hot take. Next course of action is not bombing the NRA building, right? What's the next? There's a couple steps in between. We got to take a couple steps in between, right? Several of which include not bombing the NRA. So, yeah, Ethan, he's out of control. Someone needs to rein that little piggy in, because he's out. I used to watch him all the time, and then he just got so, like, he has the most brain dead leftist takes I've ever heard in my life. There are some smart people on the left. Don't get me wrong. There are some smart people on the left. Giannis Pappas, very smart leftist that I know. And he has some good takes, right? There are some others, you know. I'm drawing a blank right now just because, you know, it's not. I don't mainly watch it, but it's Ethan Klein. I mean, he needs to stick to comedy, because these are not the things you should be saying with a platform that big. Unless it is comedy. In that case, it's kind of funny, actually. But, I mean, he should have said it in a more funny way. Like, like that AOC clip. Wait, let me find that AOC clip. We need to start burning down AOC. We need to start burning down houses. Damn, I don't have it. Damn, I played in a really old podcast. She's like, we need to start burning down our officials' buildings. And that was pretty funny. I don't think she was joking either, but it was funny, taking out of context. Speaking of houses literally almost burning, we walk one step closer, ladies and gentlemen, to the housing market crash. As of June 8th, 2022, mortgage demand falls to the lowest level in 22 years amid rising rates and slowing home sales. What does this mean, you may ask? Well, a mortgage demand is almost completely so trying to think of how to explain this. So there's like buying a house, and then there's getting a mortgage for the house. You don't necessarily need a mortgage to buy a house. You can buy a house with all cash if you're coming from like California or something. But a good measure for how many people are buying homes is the mortgage demand. Bad news about this is mortgage demand being the lowest in 2022, in 22 years, that's almost my entire lifetime, means that not a lot of people are looking for homes. And there's a lot of homes out there sitting around, or there's going to be. They just last year, in the last 2 years, the home production, they were shitting out homes everywhere. I think, wherever you're at listening to this, I know that there's like 50 of you out there driving around. I know you've seen a housing entire neighborhood pop up in maybe 2 months, right? They pop these neighborhoods up like so quick. Those neighborhoods that aren't sold yet, now the mortgage people, there's going to be empty homes out there. Now, when there's empty homes out there, the market switches to a buyer's market. Right now it's a seller's market, which means sellers kind of really just command the market. It's a seller's market. They own it. So they can ask their stupid, ridiculous prices because they know that they have the demand to do it. But when the role reverses, buyers control the market because there's so few of them, right? There's so few buyers. They can say, hey, your home's been on the market for 3 months. I'm the only person interested. I'm going to offer this much, and if you don't take it, it's going to be on the market for another 3 months. This might be the only offer you get for another 3 months. Are you going to take it? Yes, you will. Your home value just decreased. All the neighbors in your place, the comparable rate of their home just decreased because you bought at a lower rate, and that's how home prices come back down. That's how homes lose value, right? This is how. So we are seeing the first slips of a market in decline. It's my if you don't know, if you're a first time listener, my job is in real estate, so I like to think that I'm not partially responsible for this, but I know I'm a very, very, very small part. So fun times. I mean, the next couple years, you thought 2022, you thought COVID was bad. Yeah, I mean, you are gonna wish COVID's gonna look fun. I mean, hey guys, we're all inside, we're having fun. Hey, remember when we did Zoom? Remember when we had jobs that we could Zoom from? That's gonna be a sentence that you won't want to say, but you will. Remember when we Zoomed into work? No, remember when we had work. Remember when we had jobs. Yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna be a tough one, and it's only gonna get worse. So, buckle in, strap in, get your credit card right now. Try to pay as much because you're gonna be building debt. Credit card debt always goes up during a recession. People need to pay for gas and stuff. Try to get your credit as in best shape as possible before shit hits the fan. Because, or honestly, don't. Who cares? Right? Really, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. But if you want to make this, if you want to make it out of this thing alive, you're gonna want to make sure that your credit is in somewhat good standing. So, I'd say prepare for the worst, and hope for the best with this oncoming doomsday clock that we're sitting on. But I'm happy about it because hopefully I can buy a home soon. Yeah, that'll be hype. Let's see. We talked about Ethan Klein being calling for actual terrorism, housing market crash, the future of cinema. This is fun. Morbius. Okay, wait. Let me play MORBIN. Let me play Morbius. Morbius. So this is a scene from the new show Morbius, the new movie Morbius.
Isolated. Breathe.
So he's a new Marvel villain who is a vampire, I guess. So he can he has bat senses, and he can turn into a bat or something.
And let it go.
Okay, that was a retarded edit. Okay, here it is. So this is him versus Venom.
Time to die. No. It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time. I think this is edited. Did he actually say it's Morbing time? Morbius truly morbed my mind. So this movie became such a meme with "It's Morbin time." People are saying, "Hey, that completely morbed my mind." People in the theater were morbing along. So Morbius became almost a cult classic, but for the worst reasons possible, because it was a horrible film. Let me see the Morbius Rotten Tomatoes score. Morbius Rotten Tomatoes score. It's got to be in less than 50. Morbius Rotten Tomatoes. It is sitting at 17%. 17% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it has a 71 Morb score. 71% on the audience score. Let's see what some of the audience members say. Morb. I hope someone just says Morb. Morbius the movie. The writing was Jared Leto's performance as Morbius is Morbius had cinematography. Watch movie to totally morb. Okay, thanks, Max P. This is Max P. Morbius is movie. The writing was Jared Leto's performance as Morbius, as Michael Morbius is. These are true statements. Morbius had cinematography. True, they had a video camera. Watch movie to totally morb. This guy, Untitled, 5 stars. I'm morbin my nuts off to this film. Quote by me. Okay, Isaiah D, 5 stars. Truly a masterclass in cinema. Morbius will be the movie that future generations look to for inspiration. When he said, "It's Morbin time," I cried. For years to come, many will try to recapture the magic that Morbius first introduced into our lives. 10 out of 10. Here are some fun facts about Morbius. He's a Marvel legend. He drinks blood to live. He's very fit. Who are you, man? I am Venom. He is not Venom. Just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service. Watch Morbius in theaters. Hey, these look lots of 5-star reviews. This one, Sam D, 5 stars. This is one of the movies ever produced. This is one of the movies. Okay, this is one of the movies ever produced. There are effects in the movie. There are actors in there too. I love just stating facts about a movie. That's so funny to me for some reason. This is one of the movies ever produced. There are effects in this movie. There are actors there too. It is actually Morbin time now, so I gotta go. Morbastic. Absolutely morbastic movie. I'm waiting for the sequel. Okay. Okay, dude, I swear this whole thing isn't going to be me reading Morbius comments, but these are too funny not to. So this is Doruk. Commented, he said 5 stars. Morbius is the best movie I've ever seen. I watched it 100 more billion times a day, and I'm not even slightly morbed yet. Morbius changed my life, and it will change yours too. Watch Morbius now. I said now. It's Morbin time. Morbius is the movie of all time. It's not the best, it's the movie. Well, Sebastian S says, helped me morb. Well, thanks to that, Morbius is so bad that it's coming back to the theaters. Morbius may be the worst movie that fans have ever asked for to come back to the theaters. The vampiric Spider-Man spin-off is Sony Pictures' latest wall-crawling side story meant to flesh out the smaller characters adjacent to Peter Parker. Since the web himself is off having fun in the MCU, the Sony Spider-Man universe has served as a place where the studio can profit from the portfolio of Marvel names without touching or acknowledging Marvel Studios' canon. Well, that's fun. Morbius is so bad that is indeed coming back to movie theaters, so people can watch Morbius one more time. Thank you, Morbius. That's going to be the future. The future of the... I see that as a scary thing because I think down the line, people, like, they might make shows purposely so bad that they get get weird cult followings. Like, do you think that Sony had that weird play in mind? They're like, let's write this so bad. Let's write a line where he says it's Morbin time. They could just be playing us. I'm drinking some blueberry Red Bull. Speaking of absolute trash, some dog ass. I'm talking dog ass. I was super hype on this show. ObiWan Kenobi on Disney Plus. Look, let me save you the trouble of catching up from episodes 1, 2, and 3. Episode 1 was kind of cool because you got to see him on Tatooine. And then episode 2 he left. And now episode 3, it's just a cartoon show. It is a cartoon show. It is so bad. Trash. Almost laughably bad. Let me just read my tweet because I did tweet about this. So if you guys aren't following my Twitter, I post some wild shit on there. So here we go. Here's what I said. Am I legally allowed to say Disney Plus's new Kenobi show is almost purposely bad? Are the people who make these shows even fans? ? I've seen 3-minute Star Wars YouTube edits that were more intriguing. No passion. Corporate sludge. Art is dead. That is... I stand by every word. Art is dead. Art is truly dead. Art can be bought. You can buy someone's passion, and they want you to. So, George Lucas, he creates this world in his mind of fantasy, sci-fi, wizards in space. He births it from his head. No one's had this exact story in mind. These characters, he's birthed this from his head. He's crafted this world. He's created the Jawas. He's created the Chewbacca's of the world. He's thought of lightsabers and sword fights in space, and he's like, this world is mine. He probably goes to sleep and he thinks of the characters. He's writing the story. He's crafting it. It's his story. It's birthed from his mind, right? It has a vision, and his vision comes through in episodes 1 through 6. Now, Disney buys his vision. Disney pays him, and they say, hey, we want this. We want your creation, and we want to go crazy with it. We want to monetize it. We want all the money from it. So they buy his creation, and he has no input. They suck out. They literally. It's devoid of his thoughts and his inspiration. It's like you can't have the art without the artist. Art is truly utterly dead. And if you watch this Obi-Wan show, you'll realize it's just not. I don't care. A lot of people say if you hate it, you're racist because of Reva. Look, I don't. I think she's one of the better characters in the show. I think she might be a more intriguing character right now than Obi-Wan. I mean, it's a bad show. It's bad. It's gotten bad. It's gotten pretty dark. It's grim. It's grim out there. Not the show's not dark, but it's like just sludge. It's like mind sludge. I'm sitting there and I'm like, Disney can make 20 minutes feel like an hour. When I watch Stranger Things season 4, look, if you're going to invest time in a show, invest time in Stranger Things season 4. It's a masterclass in storytelling. But I didn't even see seasons 2 and 3, and I love that season 4. I mean, I didn't even. It's almost perfect, I think, in almost every way. I'd have to watch it again to make that decision, but almost every way. Their shots are perfect. Those kid actors, it's crazy. But I haven't seen any Stranger Things since it came out in 2016 or whatever. So I mean, it's just it truly is a masterclass. The music, the music is so good. And it's not even playing to my nostalgia because I wasn't born in the 70s. If you're going to invest time in a show, watch Stranger Things. It's so much better. That one does have a vision. That one had you can tell they planned it from season 1 to season 4. Okay? They had a vision. Waste your time watching Stranger Things, not ObiWan. Honestly, not anything on Disney Plus. Show sucks. Don't give them money. They don't need it. I heard someone describe Star Wars as the corpse of George Lucas being puppeteered by Mickey Mouse. I think that's pretty accurate. They're like just making a mockery of everything that he created. And it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, but it's what it is. I'd sell them. I'd let them do whatever they want with my art for what, $4 billion and whatever. But that is the future of the world. Now let's move on to Jew news. Jew news. This is a segment of the show where I myself, a Jew, give you the news. So here we go. Man praised for taking terminally ill friend's virginity. Commenter praised a man for taking his terminally ill friend's virginity after she said she wanted to have sex before she died. The anonymous man, known only as user sungrounding _ posted about the situation on Reddit's most popular Truth Off My Chest subreddit, where it received nearly 20,000 upvotes and 800 comments. The post can be found here. According to the CDC, the average age for a woman to lose her virginity... Okay, well, who cares? 17. Okay. The CDC reported that nearly 30% of 15 to 19... Okay, well, who cares? That's nice. That's nice. This is just a heartwarming story. Let's listen to this. A viral "Am I the Asshole" post. Wait, right here he said "Truth Off My Chest." Let's read the original Reddit post. Truth off my chest. I, 31, took my terminally ill friend's virginity before she passed. Today is her 1-year anniversary since she passed, and I can't stop thinking about her. She was my friend for 6 years. Her cancer came back aggressively. She told us she didn't want to go through chemo again, and she planned to enjoy the time she had left. Before that, she was also kind of a homebody who was only close to a small group of friends, which was us. One night, when we were all drinking, she admitted she was still a virgin. She didn't want to lose it to just any stranger. At least somebody she trusts before she goes. That's when this man, age 31, said, "I'll take one for the team." That person was me. She didn't force me to do anything I didn't want to. She asked, but I was willing to drop it and pretend it never happened. I decided no. We decided to make an extra special. Got a nice hotel room. Got fake candles all over the room to make it more romantic. Was the first time I ever had sex with someone I loved, but wasn't in love with, if that makes sense. It was a very intense experience, not in a bad way. There were still lots of emotions. Even though she seemed happy she got to lose her virginity to someone she trusts, parts of me wonders if I did take advantage. If I was wrong for saying yes, it's hard because I miss her so much, but I'm still glad at least I got to give her something before she left. Or take something. Well, sort by controversial. What a guy. I'm sure she appreciates you honoring her by posting on Reddit. It's a good take, Drew. Half the stuff posted on Reddit's probably fake. Oh, dude, speaking of Reddit posts, let me show you this one. Something my date did the other night that blew my mind. So I, 21 female, I've been getting back into dating recently. I met this guy, 27 female, off Bumble, and we hit it off. We went on a first date on Thursday. He spent like 4 to 5 hours together. We spent 4 to 5 hours together, getting to know each other and such. Those 4 to 5 hours were great. Give me a second, let me drink. We then went to a restaurant later in the day, and when I got drinks, water, and a pink lemonade, I needed to go use the bathroom. But I didn't trust him enough to leave my drink unattended because, duh, it was our first time meeting. I tried to cover it with my cloth napkin, obviously. That wouldn't stop him if he tried to drug me. I said how I'd wait until I get home and use the bathroom, since the restaurant was only a few minutes away from the house. When our waiter came back to us, my date proceeded to say to the waiter, and this is really good. Hey, this is what her date said to the waiter. Hey, it's our first date. Can you take our drinks and hold them while she goes to the bathroom, and you bring them back when she gets back? When I tell you in my head, my jaw dropped. I have never had a guy do that for me before, and I've never heard of a guy doing that for any woman before. I know some of you were probably thinking, that's the bare minimum. First off, the bare minimum is doing nothing. Hey, if you want him to not do the bare minimum, he might actually drug you, because that's above the bare minimum. Well, he went out of his way to ask the waiter to hold my drinks, to assure me that I would be safe with him. That was amazing to me personally. You know, this is a classic waiter drug scenario. Toss the waiter an extra $20 and he'll definitely drop a roofie in that. Look, like, if you think that, I mean, honestly, the guy was probably looking out for his best interest, bro. Yeah, I don't know. This is just absolutely crazy. This girl's unhinged. I can't even think of a word besides unhinged. Like, if you think every person, you've spent 5 hours with them, and you think he's gonna, like, drug you, it's unhinged. This is unhinged. I don't know what to say. It's just it's wild. She concludes the thing with, "We had a great date and had another one tonight, Saturday. Looking forward to see where things go with him." How funny would it be if she ended up? What do you think he would be? Like, if he did it the other way, if she would get mad, like, he's like, "Yeah, I want to go to the bathroom, but I don't really feel comfortable getting up from my seat. Hey waiter, can you take my drinks? I don't really, I just feel better if you just took our drinks while I went to the restroom." Do you think she would get mad? I feel like it's kind of insulting. Like, oh, you don't trust me? Okay, well, I'll leave. I mean, I know it is their first time, but I mean, still, people out there be date raping, I guess. Next one. This is a heartwarming story. This one's really heartwarming. Get the Kleenex out for this one, because this one's a tearjerker. Here we go. This is from NBC News. She's 31 and has stage 4 kidney cancer. How she still got a great new job. Katie Coleman's friends warned her not to tell her prospective employers about her diagnosis, fearing it would jeopardize her chance of being hired. Oh, cancer. Katie Coleman stood face to face with a choice no job seeker should ever have to make. She could tell her prospective employer she had stage 4 cancer, the most life-threatening stage of all. Or she could say, she could stay mum. She knew she risked losing any shot at the job by being honest about her diagnosis, or risked losing her self-respect by keeping quiet about it. This may sound like the plot of an episode of Grey's Anatomy. It's not. It's the decision confronted by a 31-year-old resident of Austin, Texas, who has been battling with the deadly disease for nearly 3 years. The number of people advising me not to disclose my diagnosis is astounding. She tweeted in mid-April, the concern that the employers This is bad. Okay, so the concern was the employers might worry about the cost of absenteeism that can result from such a condition, even though federal law prohibits employers from taking health issues into account when hiring. Yet, while interviewing for the high-pressure software engineering job she desperately wanted, Coleman shared her diagnosis with the CEO of MDisrupt, an Austin-based company that connects clinicians with scientists with digital health companies. Ruby Gerald Brab, CEO and founder of MDisrupt, was unfazed. Moments after interviewing Coleman for the job, she tweeted, "Today I met a candidate who applied for one of our jobs, and she might be the most inspiring person I have ever met." Well, she got the job. Ladies and gentlemen, stage 4 cancer won't stop you from working. Get back out there into the workforce. Earn that living, because you've only got a couple years left. What in the world? What world are we living in? Look, this is absolutely appalling. This whole... Here she is with the CEO smiling. Rudy Gerald left, founder of MDisrupt, hired Katie Coleman after Coleman openly shared her diagnosis of stage 4 cancer. There she is. So there's the cancer patient. There's the one who hired her, knowing that she has stage 4 cancer. First off, I would say if I was hiring someone and they told me they have stage 4 cancer, I would say, hey, go do something. Go do something with your time left on this planet. You have stage 4 cancer. Literally, it quotes it as one of the most the stage 4 kidney cancer. This is from the article. She had stage 4 kidney cancer, the most life-threatening stage of all. Your life is at risk. Go live your life. Cook meth. Become Heisenberg. And literally jump out of a plane without a parachute if that's what you want. If that's the last thrill you want on this planet, do it. Don't sit behind a computer for the last years of your life. This is depressing. This is the world we live in. How can you hire someone in good conscience and then she has this big fucking grin? Like, yeah, I'm good. I just hired someone with cancer. No, you're not good. Hiring someone with cancer, you should discriminate based on that. You should say, hey, I really don't think you should be applying for jobs. I think that you should take out a loan, sell your house, travel the world, and die in peace, knowing that you've seen the sights, done the things, and lived a long, happy, stress-free life, right? Or you can get behind my desk and software engineer for me for the last remaining breaths of your life. Imagine going through an 8-hour workday knowing that you have those 8 hours are a significantly larger percentage of the remaining time of your life. Look, I sit behind a desk for 8 hours a day, but I know that I hopefully have a lot more like years of my life where I will not be behind a desk for 8 hours, right? She has stage 4 kidney cancer and she is just chilling behind a desk. Every day is like grains of sand just passing through her fucking fingers. This is so sad. This one's a real bad one. This is not a hell. And I like how they frame it as a heartwarming. This is heartwarming. Coleman's first day on the job was late April. She works from home most of the time, but visits the office once or twice a week for group gatherings. She doesn't recommend that all people with serious illnesses be so open to prospective employers, My advice is to first do research on the company that you want to work with, so you know that they'll be supportive. Coleman has 40,000 TikTok. Okay. Please tell me. Oh, she has a TikTok. That's great. That's great. Here she is.
On TikTok. Stitch this and share your 2 truths and a lie, and then people in the comments can guess which one's which. All right, I'll go first. So here's my 2 truths and a lie. I own a Mustang and I race cars competitively. I am a certified scuba diver, and I've had to.
And I have a job right now, and I have stage 4 kidney cancer.
Use an emergency chute while skydiving. Let me know which one you think is the lie in the comments. Then I'll make a follow-up video where I describe which one's which. Someone please play along with me.
Nice. Well, isn't this heartwarming? Here she is. Stage IV cancer. Well,
I was supposed to go to Target. I don't know how I ended up here. Y'all, I was supposed to go to Target.
so there she is getting her IV drip during chemo. Do I have a special diet with stage 4 cancer? Here's her first day.
And I just switched industries. I have stage 4 cancer, and I just switched industries after 15 years to try to make an impact in the digital health space. Today's my first day of work, and my first day being in office in like 10 years. So come along and let's see how it goes. I already spilled water on my dress while I was steaming it, and lost the keys briefly. Things are going well so far. Come find out how the rest of the day goes. Welcome to my desk and my fancy new setup. The office is great, but I didn't record much my first day because it was a lot of setup, and let's be honest, I was nervous. I kind of feel like I just blinked and then it was the end of the day. It's a good thing though, right? Everybody's super friendly. I didn't need to be as nervous as
I kind of feel like I blinked and it was the end of the day. When you have stage 4 cancer, you should not be blinking and days be going that quickly. You should be like doing a lot of things. This makes me wonder what I would do if I actually had stage 4 cancer. For one, I wouldn't be changing career paths. That's probably on the bottom of my list of things I want to do when I'm about to die. Number 1 would be quit job. Number 2 would be liquidate assets. Number 3 would be say I have 3 months to live. Month 1, liquidating assets. Month 2, spending said assets. Traveling, eating the best food in the world. Not only the like just the best food. And then month 3, gambling said assets for the rest of that said month till I die. Just straight up just walk up. I have on the very last day of those 3 months, slap all the rest of my liquid assets on black and just let it spin. Right? And then, it hits black. I win. I take it all. And I don't know what I would do with it. What would I'd donate to the CIA. They need it. Let's go to TikTok time. Oh, do drugs. No, last of those 3 months, I would spend expanding my mind with various massive, various substances of psychedelics. They say that helps easing the way into death, going on a crazy ketamine trip. It will kill you, mentally, and it won't make you brain dead, but it'll make you not fear death because you've already felt death. Ayahuasca, fucking shrooms, feeling one with the world, LSD, just maybe all of them at once. just really explode that mind on that last week. It would make time really stretch. That last month might feel like a lifetime. You live a lifetime as a doormat on that ketamine trip. You might be ready to die. You might be ready to die. All right. Let's watch this video. This is a video I found on TikTok of a guy being almost dragged into an ape den. It's an orangutan. Orangutans, which are almost extinct, I heard. He's got a shirt. At this moment, here's what you do. He's got your shirt. You lean forward and you let him take the shirt off of you. I'd rather be shirtless than dragged into an ape or squeezed through a what is this, a 6x2 opening in a hole. All right. Oh, see, if you let that ape grab a hold, look, right now the ape only has a hold of your shirt. Strip the shirt off. Step 1. Now, if that ape gets a hold of your body parts, it's almost over. You don't have ape strength. They have like retard ape strength. See those arms? This guy has like a literal gorilla grip. Oh, okay, so he's got his leg. Now he's getting scared. You can hear the guy screaming. He's working his way up. He's trying to kick him. You can't kick that guy. So this orangutan has his leg. He's not letting go. He's got a... Oh. Orangutan. Oh, and he's scared for his life. I want to see the rest of that video, but I could not find the rest. I have a feeling it may have ended pretty badly. Here we go. This is NFT shit. So.
Would you rather have a floorboard ape or a rare mutant ape?
It really depends on what's the floor at the moment. Because I've gone on the floor of both of those and not seen anybody I want to make important. You know what I mean?
How many mutants do you have?
I have none now. My mutants got stolen. I'm in the midst of trying to contact.
This is Jeff Green, the guy who made that show about his NFTs from that last podcast. He's being interviewed and he's talking about how he got his NFT stolen.
Seen anybody I want to make important. You know what I mean?
How many mutants do you have?
I have none now. My mutants got stolen. I'm in the midst of trying to contact all of the people who purchased them illegally so that we can come to some kind of an agreement.
All right, we'll try to find them for you. Thank you, Seth.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Right on.
Would you rather have a...
Don't you just love when your massive assets get digitally stolen? At this point, just buy real estate. Why are you investing in digital images? Buy real art. That's cool. That's a cool investment because you can hang that on your wall. If you're throwing around $1 million, just buy a Rembrandt. Just buy a small Rembrandt photo for $2 million. A Rembrandt original. Put it in a glass case. Put it in a safe. A temperature controlled vault. They make those. Get this. Fine art is tax-free when you liquidate it, when you buy and sell. Listen, it's the best way to make money and launder it. But, I mean, I guess that's what they're using the crypto for. So, I mean, hey, to each his own. I just think, look, if you're going to launder money, at least make it cool. You know, buy a Rothko. Hang it up in your room and act like a badass, right? So many cool, even a Jackson Pollock. I mean, I know those things are like $40 billion, but, you know, launder the money at least in a cool way. You're buying pictures of apes. That's not even a cool way to launder money. If you're going to launder money, do it in a cool way. There's like so much cool art out there, and you choose the digital ape with rainbow grills. Really, you deserve to have your gorillas stolen. You, so stupid. Let's go on to Gary V now. This is Gary V.
What's going on with you on TikTok?
No, my TikTok is dying.
So I guess people come to Gary V for like advice on their dying TikTok careers.
What's going on with you on TikTok?
No,
He's like a doctor.
TikTok is dying.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah, I need it.
You're gonna be upset. You gotta be posting 2 times a day. You've posted 5 times since May.
He's like a doctor. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you've got to be posting 2 times a day. Sorry. You know, your TikTok account only has 3 months to live, and you've got to make sure that you're feeding it with content at least 2 times a day.
This, gotta figure it out.
How long do you think TikTok is gonna last?
A lot longer than the concept of ignoring it. It's where attention is. In 1985, it's a good idea to be on MTV every hour. In 2011, not as much. In 2021, it's not even on your mind. TikTok isn't something you can just disregard.
Thanks, Gary V. Gary V. Gary V, the GOAT. Here's this. This is corporations right now during Gay Pride Month.
Hello, gay. Are you part of the LGBTECEFU? Happy Pride Month. When you became a gay, did you have trauma? Well, we are here to help. Introducing Rainbow Logo. Because every other company is doing it, and so we can make more money. And if you can prove that you are gay, we can give you gay discounts. We support all kinds of people. Normal people, people of power, and the gays.
Normal people. Oh god, this is pretty funny. This is a sketch by at Pasha if you want to follow him. It's really funny. Just for the next 30 days. So we support all people, normal people, people of color, and gays.
You are gay, we can give you gay discounts. We support all kinds of people. Normal people, people of power, and the gays. Just for the next 30 days. Slay gay all day. It's a party in the USA.
Slay gay. Wait, what is it? Slay day all day. Slay gay all day. It's a party in the USA. Corporations are really, yeah, I love this month because corporations really go ham on the gay. Here we go. This is the last one. When you almost say too much in a therapy session. This might be relatable for some of you. Not for me.
I don't know, it just feels like sometimes when I'm alone, I just get like that urge to just not be here anymore, you know?
Okay. Do you feel like you're a danger to yourself?
I mean, like...
You almost got me. I was about to call him.
I know you were. I know.
One time when I was in... all right, we'll end on this quick story. So one time when I was in therapy, I was like... It was BetterHelp.com, and... It was like the first session, right? And I was like, all right, I'm not going to do this on my computer. Like, I'm just going to drive somewhere. I'll just give him a call. It'll be super easy. And so I was talking to him, and then I don't know what I must have said, but he's like, are you located at Barnes and Noble right now? I'm like, yes. Oh god. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, he's like, are you driving? I'm like, no, I'm just here. I'm like, okay. He's like, okay, nice. And he's like, do you feel like you're a danger to yourself or others? I'm like, no. He's like, all right, we can continue our conversation. I'm like, nothing makes you feel worse about explaining your thoughts to when someone has your exact address. That's why I don't like to do the fucking therapy sessions from my own apartment. Like, I'm gonna go to a third-party location. That way, if I accidentally say the wrong thing and they call the cops there, I can fucking beast out of there. Yeah, dude, therapy sucks ass. You just need to find a good person who can listen and you can just like unload on. Cause dude, therapists, bro, they'll dip you, bro. They'll get you good. Next thing you know, you'll say the wrong thing, and you make one bad joke in therapy, and you end up in a holding cell without doorknobs and with no laces on your shoes. Not even kidding. I know someone that had that happen to them. Literally. You can literally not say. You can't even say anything. I'm like in therapy. I'm like, well, they're like, have you ever had any suicidal thoughts or action? I'm like, yeah, every day I want to drive into oncoming traffic. They're like, well, all right, I'm calling the police right to your home right now. It's like, do you not have the call of the void? All right. And look, these are jokes, guys. I'm not actually. Don't call the police to my home, please. I'm not a danger to myself or others. Thanks for listening.